Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Women and Minister for Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault. Can the Minister please update the House on the New South Wales Government's approach to addressing the scourge of domestic and family violence?
Minister.
Mr Speaker, I thank the member for Penrith for her question. As Minister for the Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault, and on behalf of the New South Wales Government, I offer my sincerest apologies and condolences to the family and friends impacted by the shocking and tragic death of a 3-year-old child yesterday. This week has seen 2 horrendous examples of families impacted by domestic violence. A child lost their mother and a family their child. The impact on families and communities is nothing short of devastating. Last year alone, there were 33,410 reported domestic violence assaults in New South Wales. 25 of these incidents were murders, and 2 of those murders were victims under the age of 18. In the face of these shameful statistics, the violence against women and children in their homes, the very, very place they should feel most safe, needs to stop. Mr Speaker, the traumatic effect of domestic violence is most acutely felt by loved ones, but it extends out across our communities to the many workers grappling with and responding to violence. Police are often first responders to domestic violence, certainly once it is escalated. I know that the Minister for Police has been meeting with police officers from across the state, and the number one issue they raise is the prevalence of domestic and family violence in their communities. For the New South Wales Police, domestic and family violence offending and associated harms results in 1 call for assistance every 4 minutes. The trauma impact on the police force who attend violent homes night after night is difficult to imagine. 1 call for assistance every 4 minutes. Police involvement is often at the crisis point. There is an urgent need for a joined-up, collaborative systems which are sensitive to the early signs of domestic violence and can offer a whole-of-systems approach, responsive in ways that are appropriate and effective. The Minns Labor government is committed to leading change in this space. Agencies across government have a role to play in an effective systems response to domestic violence, and I know that my ministerial colleagues across government, particularly those responsible for health, housing, child protection, police and justice, along with the Premier, are equally committed to ending this. Mr Speaker, I have taken on the role...
I call the member for Penrith.
Mr Speaker, I seek an extension of time for more information.
Yes, I understand. The member for Penrith seeks additional information and 2 minutes is granted. Minister.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I have taken on this role as the Minister for Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault with a clear and determined commitment to prevention and early intervention. But the responsibility to end gender inequality and gender-based violence is one borne by every single citizen. As a government, we can try to respond as effectively as we can where violence has escalated. But as long as tolerance of any form of violence against women and children continues in our community, the battle to overcome the daily scourge of domestic and family violence will be an uphill one. I ask everyone in the community, if you see it, if you hear it, report it. If you see unacceptable behaviour towards women, call it out. Yeah. Women's rights are human rights and we must all play our part in protecting them. In relation to my part, it will be to devote myself as Minister to working with my ministerial colleagues across government, with our NGO partners, with victim survivors and with communities to bring real change in the fight to end domestic violence. Those of us who have been entrusted with the privilege of serving in public office hold the greatest responsibility to be a voice for the voiceless and to lead change which will make our community safer for women and children.